it's a very exciting day today because Joel and I are going on a bit of an adventure. We're going to look at a house. The drive is about 2 hours. We're going up towards, I don't even know where it is. It's near Peterborough, I think, which is an area we do not know, but the house is beautiful. I'm just so excited to look around and see what it's like. It's double the size of this place, but for the same price. So it will just be really nice to see something a little bit different. It's in the countryside, it's got field views. Ugh, I'm just very excited to look around.
You're going by yourself.
No, you're not.
Because we're putting you up for adoption. Because you're not giving us many cuddles anymore.
So we said goodbye to Lando and set off. It was a super easy drive and it was so beautiful when we got to the countryside. And this is the house we were viewing. It really gave us both vibes from the holiday. It looks like the cottage in that film and we absolutely loved that it looked like that. And then you head into the kitchen. It really needs updating in here. But let's just have a little walk through and I'll show you the rest of the house. So this is currently being used as, I'm not too sure actually. I think it's sort of like a dining room area, and this is the sitting room, of course. Then there's another tiny little box room. The bathroom is perfectly functional. It's not probably our style, but that's okay. And then upstairs, there's 3 bedrooms.
What do you think?
I always feel so like thoughtful after seeing something so serious. It's like buying a house. I'm like,
a lot to take in and to think about, and obviously not much time. So my initial impressions were, wow, the ceiling's low.
yeah, really low.
Also, the rear garden I didn't like as much as I hoped, because it was all a bit uneven. It was messy.
It was messy.
There was no sort of walk through. So I think the property is gorgeous.
Oh, I like that house. Should we live there instead?
Oh.
That's quite nice.
Do you think they'll accept our budget?
Yeah, I think that'll probably be in budget, yeah. That is a big step up in terms of space.
So I love the curb appeal.
Yeah, the curb appeal.
From first impressions, we love the environment.
Love the environment.
And yeah, like obviously the driveway space, the fact that there's 3 bedrooms and we could, you know, in that big living, you could host people for Christmas.
Totally.
Comfortably.
It's
the only
really
downside
sweet.
that is the bathroom is obviously, well, there's 1 bathroom.
But as we mentioned walking around, there is space to think about solutions for things like that.
Sure.
And
the question would be if there's money to think about those sorts of solutions. We've looked like for months across the entire UK, Scotland, Wales,
that's true.
for countryside detached properties.
So true.
For our
that
sort of
price.
budget, and that is by far the best
You're so right.
idea of that we've seen. See, also that you would know from watching, like the stench. Obviously, the current owner is a smoker, but I think he smokes the wacky backy, doesn't he?
It's stank of weed. Obviously, smoke is really bad in a house. It gets into the walls, it gets into the carpet. But weed, like, it smelled like LA.
Walking into it and having a look round, it's not like, this is it, we found it, like, this is the house.
No.
But look, the area, driving around the area, I was definitely like, I could live there.
Me too.
Something has to give with our budget, obviously.
There's always a compromise. Yeah.
That's location for us, but now it might have to be location and quality or privacy. So join us next week on.
Cool, let's go see what we can eat. We stopped off for a roast on the way home and we saw these beautiful double rainbows when we were driving back, which was so lovely. Good morning. We had a really leisurely trip back. Oh, Lando. Don't put your head in back. Right, try that again. We actually stopped at a Toby Carvery, which I've never been to before in my life, and it was so funny. I loved it. What an experience. The potatoes were great, the Yorkshire puddings were delicious. We both piled our plates full, and it was really rainy on the drive home, so we were super cozy in the car with the windscreen wipers going and full rain pouring down, so it was a very cozy drive back. So we discussed it all last night. We discussed it on the way home. We are not 100% sure either way. We keep flip-flopping. Like last night we were thinking, oh, it'd be really great to go back and see. It might be worth looking at other properties in the area because we both absolutely loved the landscape around there and just the space you can get and the size of property for the amount that we have. It just would make such a big difference to us. However, moving is expensive, and it's almost like a stepping stone house to what we would like to achieve in a few years' time, if it's at all possible. And I don't know if it would be worth just waiting, sticking it out here, trying to make this place work and make it work as best we can, and then moving on in a couple of years' time when we have a bit more flexibility. But to me, that just sounds so boring and so sensible, and I'm always awful at choosing that option. However, maybe I'm growing up, because when I woke up this morning I was like, oh damn, that's the right thing to do, which is so boring. Now, in saying that, I did last night spend hours recreating the floor plan on my computer and then basically renovating the entire place how I would do it, and it was gorgeous after I was done. However, the thing that really gets me is no matter how beautiful that place looks like on the inside, once we've painted, done new carpets, got new kitchen, new bathroom, all of that stuff, panelled the walls obviously, I just think no matter how beautiful it is, the ceilings are so low, and we are both sure it would not matter for us, but some people visiting, I'm sure they would have to duck through the doors. And more than that, it's the fact that anybody buying it when we would want to sell it on, I just can't see them not thinking the same and being really reluctant to buy because of that. Even I felt like, oh, this is small, and I'm tiny, so anybody who's, you know, a full-size adult would walk around there and have to duck around. It's not even just through the doorways, it's all of the ceilings. I just think that's going to be a real problem for them selling, and they haven't sold yet. It's been on the market for a while, and I really think, amongst obviously the real huge problem, which was that it stank of weed. You can renovate walls, you can move them, you can move doors, you can, well, within reason, and also it's a cottage, so again I think me knocking out walls, which I would totally want to do, might not be possible there either. So practically it might not be the house for us. And we just love the exterior, we love that home, we love the setting, we love the fields, everything. But the practicalities of renovating that home might be a bit tricky. We have already found some other properties that we really like in that same area, so it might be that we go view some more and just keep that decision in our minds and just see what we can see. I mean, if we fall in love with something, we'll move. So I think maybe it just wasn't the right property for us. But yeah, my sensible head is telling me stay put, work hard, and try and move on when we have more flexibility. I hope you enjoyed looking around with us. Take care of yourselves and see you soon. Yeah,